Right, welcome into another day of our daily Devos in the Psalms. Pastor Rick here, and we are jumping into the second half of Psalm 139, verses 13 on to the end, which is 24. So we just cut this chapter right in half, is what we did. All right, so we're just going to jump right in and get to work. For it is you who created my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I will praise you because I have been remarkably and wondrously made. Your works are wondrous, and I know this very well. I think the coolest thing that this speaks to is just value and worth that we have because we are not accidents. We're actually knitted together, actually formed by God's hand. Is pretty incredible. And also the fact that we're known before we're even out of our mother's womb. It's just a really incredible reminder of the fact that God knows your name. He knows who you are. He's got a plan for your life and loves you more than anyone could ever love you. And that just really undergirds you with strength for the day, for the challenges that you might face, and also gives you an incredible message of hope for other people who may have been using their life to get affirmation or worth or value given to them through other means, and for us to be able to preach a gospel of hope that they can receive that knowledge of the value that they have, not because of something that they need to do, anything that they need to do for someone or anything like that, but just because God created them. It's a pretty amazing thing that this psalm kind of helps bring out. My bones, verse 15, my bones were not hidden from you when I was made in secret, when I was formed in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw me when I was formless, and all my days were written in your book and planned before a single one of them began. And just again, the security that comes from knowing that God's got a plan for you, God's working something on your behalf. And so all we need to do is listen and obey, just being available and being faithful. And God can take care of the rest, like just give God your availability and he'll take care of all the fruitfulness. Be faithful and he'll make you fruitful. So we don't have to stress about the even the being successful part of it. Like, yes, we want to be a workman that doesn't need to be ashamed of their work. But we also can just trust God for all that other stuff. Verse 17, God, how precious your thoughts are to me. How vast their sum is. If I counted them, they would outnumber the grains of the sand. When I wake up, I am still with you. God, if only you would kill the wicked, you bloodthirsty men, stay away from me. Who invoke you deceitfully. Your enemies swear by you falsely. Lord, don't I hate those who hate you and detest those who rebel against you? I hate them with extreme hatred and I consider them my enemies. And again, here I just think, first I kind of skipped over verse 17 and 18. God, how precious your thoughts are to me and how vast their sum is. If I counted them, they would outnumber the grains of the sand. Like God's thinking about you. God's got thoughts towards you. And there's so many thoughts. It's pretty incredible just that the God of the universe knows you by name, knows the number of hairs on your head, knows the days of your life, has them counted, and he wants to be with us. And then moving down through 19 through 22, just all of those verses about the wicked, the bloodthirsty men, the enemies of God. And he's just being really brutally honest about how he feels about those kind of people. And again, just kind of how it strengthens our resolve to be brutally honest before the Lord. We don't have to be like disrespectful to the Lord, but we can be brutally honest and just say, Lord, what in the world is going on? And don't you see what I see? And like, just kind of let God know where your heart's at. And then I love how he wraps it up because he says, search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my concerns. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way. So he vents all of that frustration and all that rough emotion, and then he anchors it in humility, and he anchors it in surrender. And so I love that part. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my concerns. That you've given me a lot of feels, God. I'm all up in my feels right now. But I need to know which ones are right, which ones to follow, and which ones I need to kind of let go. I need to surrender. So Lord, let me know if there's any offensive way in me, something that's out of line, and then lead me in the everlasting way. So 1, you have worth. 2, God's thoughts towards you are immeasurable and uncountable. 3 is you can be passionate in how you feel, even towards evil and things like that. And then 4thly, just anchor it in humility and surrender before the Lord, and then allow the Lord to search you, allow him to know you, and allow him to test those things within you. And that just comes from a surrendered heart to say, God, point out anything in me that needs to change, because I want to learn and I want to grow. So I hope you're encouraged today by what an awesome God we serve. With that, a big hearty God bless you. Have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow.